So we're going to make the arrow point easel card. Start off with a piece of card that's 11.5 by 5 3/4. You're going to score down the middle and just make yourself a standard card blank. Then I've measured across the bottom to the middle point. I think on this one it was 2 7/8. Then take another piece of card which measures 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Once again measuring across to the halfway line. Then you'll need a piece of design paper cut by 5.5 by 5.5, measured across and made a mark at the bottom in the centre. So all you're going to do is you're going to cut all 3 pieces in exactly the same way. So I'm going to start with my card blank. So I'm going to cut from the top corner of where the fold is to the centre point where I've marked. And the easiest way to do that is to line them up on the blade, so the top and the centre, and then cut. Then I'll do the same with the other side. So you create like a pointed, like a tooth in effect. So I'm going to do the same with the 5 3/4 card. So you end up with a triangle. You need to keep 2 pieces of this what you've cut off, pop your other 2 aside. And now I'm going to do it with the piece of paper. So it's the top corner to the centre. And then top corner to the centre again. So you should end up with a blank with a point, a piece of card with a point which matches, and your piece of your design paper like that. And then you'll end up with 2 pieces like this and again like this. So with your pieces, what you want to do is there. You want to make them into kind of a kite shape, then you know you've got the correct 2 pieces, and these should fit on with a lovely little border around because we did trim it earlier on. Okay, if you use your card blank, just take your scoreboard and then score it wherever you want it to bend. So I'm going to score mine at 3 inches. And just give it a bend. So it should stand like that. Okay, the next thing is to glue your paper onto your card. Those who've watched my previous videos note I am using glue. I'm going to give this one a try that I found in a shop called Wilco's. It's the Let's Create Craft Glue. So I'm going to give it a whirl, see what I think of this one. It was only cheap. I think that bottle was about £1. So whether it's going to be any good for cards, don't know. Then stick your paper onto your triangles. We learnt this card in the card craft group that I go to. It's really very simple but looks amazing. I keep saying that in all my videos. It's so simple, but I like to do simple cards that look fantastic. I've just thought I'm going to use a piece of green card. It was just something out my scrap, but I think it's going to look nice with that. Looks quite cute. So I'm going to cut this at 5.5 by 5.5. Don't worry about keeping up with the measurements. I'll put the measurements all on my blog. Link the blog in the description below, but if you want to check it out, it's prettyshabbyuk.blogspot.com. I've had the blog for maybe about 11 years and I've done all sorts of crafts and furniture refurbs. I'm just going to pop that. Inside. This is a nice little mat. So turn the card. So we're going to be working on the point. And what we want to do is we just want to glue this bottom section here. Don't want to glue above there, otherwise if we glued it, it wouldn't bend. So we're just going to glue the bottom section. So just that section. So if you want to mark it with a pencil, then you know where to glue. It's fine. I'm going to turn it like that so we don't get any glue on the paper that I've just did. I'm just doing it on the bottom triangle. Stick it right to the edge, because you've already got a border from your paper. leave that to dry for a little bit. Now I'm going to work on the inside of the card, and I've got these images for the card. They're from a stamp set called You're So Sweet, and it came with card making and papercraft. I'm not sure of the edition because I found these stamps on a car boot sale. They were like 50p, so thought I need them. And do you know what, they're so cute. I love little cats and dogs, little kittens and puppies. So I've used this one where the little cats and the mouse are making the birthday cake. I've done that for the circle topper, and done where he's carrying the birthday cake and put the happy birthday. I've coloured them with my Deco Time alcohol markers and just popped a little shadow in underneath, just to give it a little bit of depth. I've done the same there. Don't think you can really see on this one, but I've done under the happy birthday too. So that long square one is going to be our stopper. So the image measures just over 4.5 inches by 2.5 inches, so the mat will be 4 3/4 by 2 3/4. Going to use some 3D foam just to raise it so it will stop. Forgot my scissors. So it'll stop the easel card. This was another bargain land buy, this 3D foam. I got 3 rolls for £1 in the DIY section. Centre it. There we go. So our easel card now has a stopper. So working on the triangular bit, I'm going to use my mat as a reference. So I want these triangles to touch the top and touch along the same point as the main triangle arrow. Do the same with the other, touch the top. It's marking off where I want the glue, so on these ones now you need to glue the top section, so that'll glue to your main point. So this card is for my daughter's friend. It's her birthday today and they're having a sleepover in a bell tent, I think it's called. You know, the like what they use for the glamping. Her friend's got one in the back garden, so she's having a number of girlies over for a sleepover. So our friend likes cats, so she's asked me to make this one. And I knew I'd be making this card because it is just so simple to use, to make, sorry. And then just coloured this in to match the papers. I cut this out using my new angled tool, what my husband gave to me. He bought it for fishing. I don't know what he was going to do with it in fishing, but they're so easy to use. So if you don't want, or if you don't have any circle dies, I think this was, well, I've seen them in the range in the craft section. They're just so simple to use. Just give you a quick idea of how simple. You don't even have to get your machine out. So it ranges from 4 inches up to 12 inches. Well, that's like 10 centimeters to, well, 32 centimeters. You just kind of unscrew, and there's your blade, and you slide it. It's got a little arrow there. You slide it up to where you want it, screw it back, and you just do the same, just round. It's so simple. I do have circle dies. Got nesting circle dies, but it was just so easy to use and avoids all the faff of getting them out, picking the right. So yeah, and then this, just glue the back. And there you go. How cute is that? So my daughter now has room to write anything up there, or I've left the back plain, so she's got all that she can write. If you wanted to put an insert, like an insert, you could just put one on the bottom there, or you could use this space. Yeah, I just thought I'd come in, show you a quick tutorial how to do it. Okay, well, thank you for joining me. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, I'm going to be doing lots of simple, easy tutorials. Measurements are on my blog. I'll link that below. Yeah, feel free to have a look at my other videos. Okay, bye.